What's going on, everyone? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal. We just got done working for a repeat client, picking up a few pieces of furniture and cleaning out a small storage cage just full of some boxes. In those boxes, I peeked through real quick and they had a bunch of old Army stuff in it, like memorabilia and photographs and newspapers. So we're going to take a look into some of those because usually you find pretty cool things in those boxes. And then if we find any medals and whatnot, we'll donate them to a organization who collects them. They're near one of the VA hospitals. That's what I did when I found a Purple Heart like 2 years ago. So that's that. After this, we're going to be going to do another repeat client, picking up just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that's kind of piled up in the living room, first floor, ready to go. So I figured 2 speed pack trips and that'll be it. And then we just booked something for this afternoon, which is for a senior living facility. We're just picking up a dresser, 2 nightstands, and a double-sized bed and the frame. So mattress bars and four-wheelers pretty much get that job done pretty quickly. And then we'll be heading to our networking group after that. And tomorrow we have a couple of things lined up. And then Thursday we have an estimate for what could be a pretty good job for a storage unit, but we'll see. We just got back from California this last weekend. We came in last night from Andrew Thompson from Jedi Junk Removal's launch party for his new app. It was a good time. Got to meet a few people. I think the app will be a great success. I plan on using it. I don't use like workies or anything because I don't have enough going on that it makes sense for the price. But his price is pretty damn cheap. So I think even if it could save me time on 1 or 2 situations or keep me better organized, I think it'll be worth it. So I'm probably going to end up using that as well. But the trip was nice. We probably hanged out with Matt and JoJo from Sonoma Strong more than anyone else the whole time. And then we got to explore a little bit of Santa Monica. Saw some interesting characters. We had these 2 people went streaking down the boardwalk, male and female. I don't think they knew where they were or who they were. They were that far gone. But that was interesting. And then there were some other guys kind of walking. I don't know what it is about nudity, but I guess in California they don't care. I could only describe it as what you would expect on like the subways of New York. Let's just put it that way. Other than that, though, the weather was nice. We got to explore a little bit. It was a nice time. But yeah, February started off terrible, ending on a good note, though. And March, we already have some things booked up. So hopefully we'll get back into track of, hitting our goals for the numbers that we were expecting to hit this year. So we went through all the boxes. This is the stuff I pulled out. Some of it's like old cigar boxes, which I know some people collect. We have old Dodgers matches, a bunch of old papers from the military, and a lot of maps from across the U.S. and in Italy and stuff. Maps, I know a YouTuber who does eBay stuff, and he sells them pretty well on eBay. So at one point, we're going to do eBay and get some of the stuff listed. Got a little symptoms character. I'll look into that a little bit more. Good old auto scan radio. I had one of these when I was a kid before I got my first CD player. You guys miss those? Look at this old guy. I got some Sesame Street and Disney characters, some old coins, and then just a lot of little miscellaneous stuff. But these are the things I need to go through a little bit further, and that's pretty much all going to be eBay items. This is a really cool vintage studio, forgot the acronym for it, but it's a collapsible easel, and I know somebody who buys those. I have this really nice secretary desk. It's the Stickley brand, but it's very clean inside. There you go. But it's in great condition. My dad used to collect those and sell them on eBay, or sorry, not eBay, garage sales. But I posted that for $300, and that can stay in here as long as it wants to be. In here, this is another little antique little chest we're going to go ahead and throw up online next. And then we have a really nice wood desk here that we're going to post. We're going to pull this stuff out, sell it, or post it, put it in the storage, restock this trailer because I have 2 more jobs today. I had a senior living job come in, so we need to make a little bit of room. And then early tomorrow morning, we will go to the dump and get rid of everything and then take it from there. If you guys ever need to move something like this where it's kind of an awkward shape or you don't want to damage it with the dolly, so you can use a pad and it might help with scratching, but if you have anything poking out, something like this, for example, there's still, an indent and it can cause damage. So I would use a box to put in front of it. But not only that, but if you have a lip like down here, if I just stuck the dolly on that, I could damage the edging of that. Get a box and fold the bottom flap down and just slide it underneath like that. So now when you tilt back and you have it pressuring, one, you're not going to get any damage from this. Unless you're like shaking this back and like that, you're not going to scratch it up. And you don't have to worry about the bottom. So just a little pro tip. All right, we got everything loaded up from the storage unit. I got everything offloaded except for one item, which we'll just have to do next time. While I was there, I got a couple of calls for jobs next week, and something I'm going to do tonight after the senior living facility job. I couldn't do it tomorrow morning, and he has his closing at 11 o'clock a.m. because you got to love those last-minute callers. So it's just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff in the garage and in a utility shed in the backyard. Now, 7:30 at night here is pitch black. So he told me to bring some flashlights with me. It's referred to me by a former landlord who's also a realtor. So instead of giving him like a break on pricing, I'm just going to not charge extra from what I normally would have because it's 7:30 at night and I'm sure there's going to be some bagging fees and stuff like that. So I'll still charge him accordingly, but I'll kind of waive out the last minute fee and whatnot. So I can't complain about the jobs coming in. I just wish it was a little bit better with time management, like kind of stack the jobs versus have to cancel plans to go do stuff. All right, that job is done. It was probably realistically almost 3/4 of a truck. I really bellowed the crap out of that. Well, not bellowed it. I top loaded a lot of that stuff and squeezed things in and really packed to pack. I did not know about that dresser. He did not send that originally, and he probably doubled what was in the picture. I was really expecting like 1/4 of a load. So end up being basically 5/8 of a load plus a repeat client discount, which is a little under $350. And then we're going to have to dump off a lot of this at the house because I'm not going to have room to go do that other job, and I don't have time to go to the dump. By the way, I got water in a can. I didn't know they made these. I saw the paper ones before. Didn't know about this. Obviously it's good versus plastic because you can recycle aluminum, but then aluminum is also more value. So I imagine it's an expensive can of water. That tastes exactly like water. It tastes no different than the water that's in my shaker bottle that came out of my sink. That's why I don't get why people buy like fancy water. Like it all fucking tastes the same.
But they didn't have any red seeds. I prefer the seedless. I prefer the red just to give it a little bit of color.
So basically, nightstands and lamps and all this stuff, and maybe the chair and mirror will go on this P-pack. These will get put on the mattress bars. This will be a hand truck, and I have to confirm if I'm taking this stuff. Otherwise, definitely try to do this in one load because they're heading to dinner and there's a moving company here, which is always annoying to deal with. I know because I was one. We're gonna have to make 2 trips. This is 1, the wheelchair stays here. This is 2. I have to empty out this P-pack, come back for that, put the chair in it, put these in the mattress bars, and then that'll be its trip of its own with the hand truck. It is what it is. Alright, we are off to the next job. That took a long ass time. For what was technically 3/8 of a load, that took me like a fucking hour and 15 minutes longer than an hour and a half it took me to do that damn job. Between the other mover there and everybody using the elevator, that's what I forgot about. I haven't been here so long. It is such a freaking slow elevator, and there's only the 2 like right in the front lobby that people use because the other one leads to memory care. It's a separate unit. I forgot about that. It made me think that like the last time I was there, I remember being really annoyed because it took me for freaking ever to do the damn job. I need to start. I don't want to do it because I like my senior living facilities, but I really need to have like a whole different price point for them specifically because I work in so many of them. Like I need to just either do like whatever I normally do and tack on like 10% or something just to make up for like the long walks and the elevators. And I talked about this in a pricing video. Elevators can take just as much time as stairs do. It might be easier, but just as much time, because let's say you go up to the 5th floor, for example, and you start off on the ground floor, and then the elevator stops on the 2nd floor. So it has to come to a full stop. The sensor need to read the fact that it stopped, open the doors, and you tell the person, hey, sorry, you can't come in. And then you need to close the doors and go back up and hope that doesn't happen 3 or 4 more times. It takes a lot of time. People don't think about that. I don't do it super often, but I'll usually charge an additional $5 per floor for elevators. So if I'm going up to the 4th floor, even though it's easier, I'll still charge an extra $20. If it was 4 flights of stairs, I usually charge like $10 to $15, depending on if it's a straight shot or if it's a little thing. And I'll usually know that if I've been to the place before. If I have no idea what it looks like and I can't pull it up on Google Maps, then I'll usually just do like $10 or something. But that's the main reason behind it. Like the stairs slow you down because now you can't use 4-wheeler dollars. The elevator slows you down for just interruption, basically. It's an inconvenience as much as it is easier. So, any hoosers, that took me a long time. But he has a Gmail, so maybe he'll leave us a review. And let's hope this next guy's job isn't super crazy. We actually just had a cancellation tomorrow. There was a guy in a senior living facility. Fucking bumpy ass road. It was at a senior living facility, and the between Goodwill, which I didn't think that they were honestly going to go there and pick up stuff unless they brought it downstairs for them, and then some of the staff members there, like, they took everything, and he was like, honestly, we don't have like anything that's worthwhile for you to come out here to grab anymore, at least not for like the minimum pickup. So he ended up canceling, which is okay. I like to just still be polite about that because that could still be a referral in the future. So I'll see you guys at this next job, and hopefully it's not super crazy. It would be nice if it was a lot and like I go get the trailer and he's okay with the price, but it would also be nice if it's like doable and I don't have to worry about going out and getting the trailer and coming back, because I ain't getting low on gas. Not bad at all. He already started pulling out a couple of things, and the neighbor's going to take the shelving, so garage is not even 1/8 of a load, so I'm just going to throw everything up top, and that's pretty much it. Actually kind of annoying that I'm missing my networking group for this. It's going to be a little ass job, but it's more because I'm trying to help out the realtor that I know. Alright, let there be light. Alright, so that job is done super quick and easy. It ended up being like $239 and he gave me $300 cash, so I made a $61 tip. I'll take it. I am getting sleepy all of a sudden. We're gonna head home now, and basically, I have somebody who may be coming to pick up the couch tomorrow morning. Hopefully, either right before the delivery guy comes or shortly after, because they're also going to be delivering a bed as well. So I have to go home and relocate a bed from one room to another. And then we're going to deep clean the room while the bed is out, because obviously it's easier to shift all the furniture around. So hopefully we'll start getting some better night sleeps, because I've been sleeping like shit for the last 4.5 years. It's probably not even the bed, but hopefully it helps. Yeah, we will. I'm gonna try to not dump until after that job tomorrow, the little one. Today we made $1,286 between the 4 jobs. Average job is basically $300, and $61 in tips. I have not gone to the dump yet, so I do not know how heavy everything is. We did get rid of a lot of the furniture earlier that we were going to be keeping to resell, so that definitely helped on the dump weight. Basically, whatever I dump tomorrow is going to be 5 jobs worth of stuff, if you think about it, because I am not going to dump before that other job. So labor-wise, I had my helper with me earlier today for that first job, so that'll probably be like $80 to $100. It's just like an hour of work, but I don't like paying him like $50, so I want to make it worth it for him to come out to me. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna go grab gas really quick, and then we'll call it a night. That's pretty much it. So I will see you guys next time, and hope everybody is staying busy towards the end of February.